Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Bozard Ford studio in the St. Johns County show that's on in the morning. We have the Sheriff's Office completing a sting operation. A processing plant plans a community event as smell concerns spiral. County officials set timeline of World Golf Hall of Fame redevelopment, and UF Health expands cardiac care for Northeast Florida. We'll get to all that and more, but first we want to thank Bozard Ford. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln has been more than just a dealership. It's a local legacy built on trust, family values, and a commitment to doing things the right way. Proudly serving St. Augustine and beyond for over 75 years, Bozard offers award-winning service, unbeatable selection, and a state-of-the-art facility with 91 climate-controlled service bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and even Ford's Garage restaurant right there on site. Recognized with the Triple Crown Award and President's Award, Bozard Ford Lincoln is where hometown service meets national excellence. Great pricing, friendly faces, and a better buying experience are all off of I-95 and State Road 16. Bozard Ford Lincoln, they are driven to inspire. Also, a big shout out to all of our amazing sponsors. We have Fidus Roofing, Old Town Trolley, Bin 39 Wine Bar, BNS Science, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, St. Augie's Pizza, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, and St. Augustine Handy Houses. Support all of our wonderful sponsors and support us with your likes, comments, and shares. You can find us on YouTube. We've got a new goal of 2,000 subscribers. You can also find us on Rumble. You can follow us there. Facebook stars are amazing. We love them. And our app is back in the Apple App Store. All right. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, happy hump day.
Happy hump day.
So, nice shirt.
Thanks. Aren't I styling?
The 904 shirt.
I think the blue looks good on me.
It does. It does.
I like it.
Crushing the blue. I went with the baby blue.
Yeah.
We both have our 904 shirts on
today.
See,
look at that.
So
we're very branded.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the hat. It looks well worn.
Yeah, it's very comfy.
You've done that one time or two.
Yeah. It's very comfy. This is a paperboy hat.
I almost wore a hat today and was like, nah, got to go without the hat. I'm in the 904 shirt.
Yeah. No, this is the paperboy hat. So I think some other people call it some other things, but
yeah. All right.
This is what all the paperboys wore. I've always called it a paperboy.
Back in the day?
Yeah.
All right.
When they used to have actual papers.
Real papers?
Yeah.
That weren't the size of a postage stamp?
Yeah. So,
welcome, boys. We got two boys in the booth.
We do.
Hey, Aiden.
Aiden.
And Dale. Hey, Blake.
We got Dale in the back. He's joining us, too. There's three back here.
Three boys in the booth.
Oh,
yeah.
so,
fact check false.
Yeah.
Welcome to all three of you, then.
His mustache is strong.
It is very strong mustache. I can never compete.
Weird. So, yeah,
Took you a second.
I'm really glad you couldn't. I'm really glad that
it took you 1 second too long on that.
Yeah, I mean, we're a progressive show, but I don't want anybody competing with me as far as the mustache and beards go.
All right, that's why he left.
Lenny tries.
Yeah, he does. Do we have question of the day?
Question of the day. All right, question of the day. You are no longer of this earth. And the world around you has decided to name a high school after you.
Okay.
What is the high school's mascot going to be?
Well, the obvious answer for me would be dolphin.
I think some of them are fairly obvious. But.
Yeah. But I kind of like tigers. I wish for tigers, but it's definitely going to be dolphins. Yeah. I've already got dolphin tattoos. It can't not be dolphin.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I were on the naming committee,
it would be dolphins.
It's going to be dolphins.
Bobby would definitely not accept tigers. He would not approve that at all.
No. He definitely would not.
No.
So, Blake, what about you, man? What would they've decided to name a high school after you. What would your mascot be?
I'll probably have to go with the Aspies.
The Aspies.
So it's going to be a snake?
It's only fitting.
It's a collective group of Aspergers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it'll be a snake, like an asp?
Yeah.
And the Aspies?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like Cleopatra.
Hey. Yeah.
So,
all right.
Aiden, what about you, man? What was your mascot for the Aiden McGee High School what?
There's two ways to go about this. You either want a really cool one or one of those really stupid ones. In like Minnesota or something, there's like the, midgets or whatever. That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
But Vikings would be pretty cool. That's a good one.
Vikings?
I always like that one.
All right. So you like the Vikings. Have you seen the TV
Vikings.
show Vikings?
No.
No, you guys.
Never
They're
heard of
even
it.
cooler if you watch the TV show.
I thought that's why you had your hair cut that way. Because then you could like braid it just like that.
No, I tell you, it's a cool show. If you have it,
Yeah.
and it's a good binge. And it gets a little. The last couple seasons aren't as great, but like the first like 4 are awesome.
Awesome.
So, have you seen?
I haven't seen it. I saw all the commercials, but I was like nursing babies, and I was like, I can't get into that right now.
Yeah. So I think I got to steal from my hometown, and because I wear so many hats.
Okay.
You know, the Stetson Hatters.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got to go with something like that. But I think I'd be more like the Mad Hatters.
The Mad Hatters?
Yeah.
That's good.
The Mad Hatters.
The Mad Hatters.
Yeah.
I'll vote for that.
Troy Blevins High School Mad Hatters.
Good.
So I want to hear some of that other people what they think their mascot would be.
Sleepy Bears
in the audience. So.
We have a Sleepy Bears from
Sleepy
Scott.
Bears.
Nice.
So,
I like Bear too.
Yeah. So but yeah. So I think this one should be a fun one.
That should be.
If
a
I
fun
can get my
one.
comments to work.
My comments are working.
Ah! I gotta go out. Come back in.
Oh man.
So, all right.
We got comments.
We have comments.
But do we have a quick check of the weather?
We have a quick check of the weather. Actually, it's going to be kind of icky. For Bollocks tonight, it's definitely going to be raining. But just kind of get your stuff done in the morning. The afternoon showers are coming in. We're keeping an eye on what's happening out there in the Atlantic. So
Yeah. We don't like that for 4th of July.
Nope.
That quick check of the weather is brought to you by Bin 39. Discover one of St. Augustine's best kept secrets, Bin 39, tucked inside St. George Inn at the north end of St. George Street. With over 95 boutique wines, 50 of them rated 90 points or higher by Robert Parker, it's the perfect spot for a romantic date night or a relaxing after-work unwind. Sit by the glass or the bottle in a serene courtyard setting and enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday. Open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just stop by and say, I'll have what Irving's having. Bin 39, your taste to discover. Go early and have an early morning glass of wine today. All right, buckle up, baby. It's time for the Hit the Blakes traffic report.
Hit the Aidens, actually.
Oh, Aiden. Oh, we got
Change
the
it
Wasp
up.
again.
We do have the Wasp again. Looks like we have 2 cars on the shoulder down there in the bottom right, but other than that, it looks pretty good.
The cameras are working better today.
Oh, man, they were
got-
glitchy yesterday.
3 out of 4.
I'm glad the Wasp fixed them.
I know. The Wasp is working hard up there.
He's good going at it. He's like, I got this.
We got some action. The bottom right camera there actually got out of his car.
Ooh.
It's just been sitting there for about 30 minutes.
Everybody wave.
Fight.
Blake. Call your Aspies off. Don't do that. All right. Climb aboard Old Town Charlie and experience over 500 years of history in the heart of St. Augustine. This fully narrated 90-minute tour features 22 convenient stops and covers more than 100 points of interest, including the iconic landmarks like Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, Flagler's Historic Hotel, and more. With open-air views and all-day hop-on, hop-off access, it's the most fun and flexible way to explore the nation's oldest city. Your ticket also includes free admission to the St. Augustine History Museum, and local St. Johns County residents ride free with a full fare guest at the Hometown Pass program. Just sign up online, hometownpass.com. Old Town Trolley, the best way to see St. Augustine, one stop at a time. Moving into some fragrant news. St. Augustine Processing Plant to host community meeting as smell concerns spiral. St. Augustine Composting Facility, facing growing complaints about odor, is opening its doors to the community next month. Indian Head Biomass will host a public event called Compost Classes in Session on Wednesday, July 24th from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. This is p.m., this is at night, at the Solomon Calhoun Center. The goal to explain the facility's composting operations and give residents a chance to speak directly with company representatives and environmental experts. Indian Head, which began operations in 2018, processes yard debris and treated biosolids, recycled organic matter from sewage, into compost used in agricultural and landscaping. The company says it's helping reduce landfill waste and support sustainable soil practices. But the facility has drawn heavy criticism from residents of nearby neighborhoods, including Morgan's Cove, who say that they've been dealing with persistent and unpleasant odors, especially in certain weather conditions. Tensions rose further this month after residents filed a class action lawsuit against the company. Adding to the pressure, environmental advocate Aaron Brockovich has spoken out publicly, shining a national spotlight on the controversy. In response, Indian Head says its operations were established before many of the neighboring homes were built. The company hopes the open house event with educational booths, a short presentation, and one-on-one conversations will help answer questions and ease community concerns. This event is free and open to the public. Maybe put on a mask and go visit.
Yeah, this story stinks.
It does stink.
So.
I just have to say, so I attend and work at a church that is over 200 years old. Mm-hmm. And we had someone buy a house adjacent to our property during the 2020 year that we don't speak of. Mm-hmm. They came from up north, bought a house in what they thought, I guess, was a sleepy corner. Turns out it's not. Very busy St. George Street. And then proceeded to harass and complain and do everything they could to make life for a church miserable, because there's a parking lot at our church that gets used. And sometimes people are rowdy when they use our parking lot. It doesn't matter if you
live
here
downtown.
First.
Just don't.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're there
this
first.
Is why
Someone's still going to complain.
Because of people like that's why Pete says stay home. Yeah. Just keep your butt back where you were at.
Yeah.
And
they moved.
and I love the fact that people come here because they love St. Augustine, and then they want to turn us into where they came from, which they hated.
Yes.
They
evacuated from.
So they left this space because it was a horrible space.
Yeah.
And then they complain when they get here because we're not like where they were at.
Yeah.
Well, you hated that place at that time. Yeah. So guess who the problem was? It was you.
Maybe it was your attitude.
It was you.
Yes.
All right. It's not us. It might not have been them, but it's definitely not us. We were fine without you.
Yes.
So.
And buying a house.
And I love visitors.
Yes. Buying a house in a downtown area during the time of social distancing and limiting travel, and assuming that level of foot traffic to stay the same without doing any sort of demographic checks. Maybe don't do that.
They probably bought it like doing a walkthrough on a Zoom call or something.
Probably. I'm sure they did.
A lot of people bought stuff at that time. And, because they didn't like.
They're gone now.
They didn't like their ruling. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah. So they didn't like their rulings of it. So.
So I don't think that I was here first was a very compelling argument for this biomass company. I mean, residents are going to buy properties when it's not incredibly humid and hot and stinky, and then be surprised when it's stinky.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's a surprising set of circumstances.
The neighborhood does have something a little bit against them too. I mean, and I know it's coming from this location, but just on the other side of the interstate is the dump. All right. And that dump's been there a long, long time.
So which one is causing the smell?
Well, I'm pretty sure that this is enhancing it.
But
if the wind's blowing in a different direction, it might not always be them.
Yes.
So, and I don't know enough about it, and I'm sure it's very uncomfortable, and I'm sure the realtor didn't reveal a lot of this. Because they wanted to make that sale.
Really fast, less breeze past, and you're close to the biomass facility for land debris recycling.
Just right there is where they're going to be burning stuff that's going to smell up your house for the rest of the entire time you own
without mentioning the treated biosolids.
But it's a great house. It's a great house.
But it was a great deal.
Yeah.
I don't know that pizza at a compost class is going to change people's attitudes about 24/7 odor. In their
and I don't know if it's always there. And I think there's some burning days and some things like that it's worse. But, that's a tough one.
That's a hard one. Yeah. That's a buyer beware situation. Yeah. But that sucks.
That's a tough one. And I hope, that they're sincere in this conversation that they're having at the Solomon Calhoun Center.
I hope so.
So, I don't know what they can really do for the residents that are already there. I mean, they do need to stay in business.
Is there any sort of
maybe there's some
filtration or anything?
Yeah, maybe there's a method that they can do differently, but
definitely maybe like another movie about Aaron Brockovich if she's involved.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
I think it's mostly the homeowners. I mean, if they saw the plant, they should, they could kind of use their context clues on that one.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, sometimes where you're buying the house, you don't know that plant's there. And the realtor has to, it is the realtor's responsibility to say
disclose.
This, especially after all this news.
Yeah.
It's the realtor's responsibility if you're selling them a house to say, hey, this is right there. It's like knowing there's a train track on the other side of the trees and you don't tell them about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's really not allowed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, it sucks. You think you bought your dream house, you bought it in a time of year where there weren't obvious sensory context clues that this plant is there. And then you find out once you're settled in and you're kind of stuck and your property values maybe aren't that great as a result. That sucks, man. I mean, I have empathy for these homeowners. I don't know what kind of solution can be come to, but I hope they are able to get somewhere with this.
Well, and for future buyers and from the real estate, do your own due diligence too. Don't just rely on the realtor. Do your own due diligence. Get on Google Earth and do a top down and see what's around you. And if something doesn't look right, ask the question and do your own due diligence. And I mean, this is the biggest investment most people make is their house.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and I feel terrible for these people that are kind of locked in there, and some people are having some negative reactions physically against this. I mean, it's not a good situation.
Yeah.
So I don't want to sound not sympathetic, but I mean, there's for the next group coming around, there's ways to avoid it.
Yes. This stinks all around.
Yeah. The show stinks. Or this, not the show.
Not the
stinks.
show.
No,
The show's great.
Not the show.
The story
stinks.
The reality for these people stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, it also stinks for the people that are just trying to compost and just trying to, they've got a mission. We all want, better fertilizers. We all want more sustainability. I mean, when and where it's feasible, we all want this. So, I mean, it stinks all around for everyone.
Yep.
Sorry. St. Augustine High School to host active shooter training by St. Johns County Sheriff and Fire Rescue. If you live near St. Augustine High School, expect to see an increased law enforcement presence and hear some unusual noises over the next few days. The St. Johns County Sheriff's Office is conducting active shooter and mass casualty response training starting today through Thursday. The drills will involve law enforcement and St. Johns County Fire Rescue working together to simulate real-life emergency situations. During the training, you may hear sirens, loud noises, and sounds resembling gunfire, but authorities stress this is all part of the planned exercise and there is no threat to public safety. These realistic drills are designed to ensure first responders are fully prepared to handle major emergency events if they occur. The Sheriff's Office says informing the public in advance is key to avoiding confusion or panic. Officials are asking residents and visitors to avoid the area around the high school during the training period, both for safety and to allow responders to carry out their practice without interruption. Community leaders say this type of training is an important part of public safety, and they thank the public for their understanding and cooperation. For updates throughout the week, you can follow St. Johns County Sheriff's Office on their official social media channels. Fire Rescue has a fantastic social media channel as well. All right, this is important training. I hate that it has to be done. I hate that we live in a world where this is necessary, but it is important training. I think it's really key for the public to not try and interrupt this. Don't try and stand on the edges and get your pictures. Like, it's happening. It's happening. Move it along. Let them do the work that they need to do.
Yeah, because I mean, it's important training for sure. And what we might want to do, Blake, someday is to get with the sheriff next time he's in us, ask this, and go out to their command center that they have out off of I-95 there at State Road 16, and see the amazing technology and see how safe the advancements have made our kids. And this training is very crucial for the boots on the ground side. But the technology in today's schools, they can shut down the school from out there, and they can shut down room by room, and it's pretty amazing what they can do in that school situation. So I'm assuming that they're doing that in coordination with what's going on out there during the training, because they have to work hand in hand.
Yep.
So I'm glad we're training in ahead of this. But until you see it with your own eyes, it's pretty amazing where we're at technology wise.
Yeah. That is interesting. It would be interesting to get in there and be able to report on it for you guys. Yeah. Gas Buddy Gas Report. Tell us in the comments what gas prices are looking like around you. We've got Sunoco at $21.99 North Ponce at $2.79. Shell on North Ponce is $2.89. Shell at 146 King Street is $2.97. Sunoco on South Ponce de Leon Boulevards at $2.99. Shell and 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevards at $2.99, and so is the Owens on South Ponce. A1A Discount Beverage on Anastasia Boulevard is also $2.99. Gate at US 1 North is $3.19. So is the Gate on Mizell Road. Circle K on 207 is also $3.19. That Gas Buddy Gas Report is brought to you by Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. Trouble with the law? Call the name St. Augustine has trusted for years. Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, available 24/7. Their experienced and compassionate team works fast to get you or your loved one out of jail and back home. From paperwork to release, they make the process simple, discreet, and stress-free. No judgment, just help when you need it most. When time matters, remember the name and the number, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds at 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. Got live music today. Jim Lamb's at Milltop Tavern at noon. Smoke and Joe Showers at Trade Winds Lounge at 1 o'clock. Chase Fouracres at Pierre's Pub at 1 p.m. Reggie Starrett's at Milltop Tavern at 4:30 p.m. Vinny Jacobs at the Guy Harvey Resort at 5 o'clock. Carpetbaggers are at Hurricane Grill and Wings, also 5 o'clock. And Dewey Vaya is at the Press at 5 o'clock as well. That music report is brought to you by Fidus Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home, trust Fidus Roofing and Construction. Voted Best of St. Augustine every year since 2012. As a GAF Master Elite Contractor, Fidus installs the GAF Lifetime Roofing System, an expert metal roofs built to withstand Florida's toughest weather. From emergency repairs to full replacements, plus pavers and gutters, Fidus delivers quality, durability, and energy savings with every job. For Fidus Roofing, call 904-355-ROOF. That's 904-355-7663. Fidus Roofing, where trust is built from the top down. All right. A little bit of salacious news today. We've got 9 arrested in the St. Johns County prostitution sting operation. A prostitution sting operation in World Golf Village has led to the arrest of at least 9 people, according to the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. Authorities say the suspects use a website known for sex work to arrange meetups, unknowingly contacting a decoy posing as a prostitute. The fake profiles included explicit offers and prices, which helped investigators build their case. All 9 suspects were arrested after showing up at the Renaissance Resort at St. Augustine on June 26th.
Wait. World Golf Village Renaissance. Be very clear.
World Golf Village Renaissance Resort.
Yeah, not downtown Renaissance. World Golf Village Renaissance.
In World Golf Village, St. Augustine on June 26th. And agreeing to exchange money for sex. Kobe Watts, 27, from Bunnell. Corey Rory, 47, from Jacksonville. Jenny Ennis, 37, from Jacksonville. Taiki Williams, 45, from Jacksonville. Charles Kelly, 31, from Hastings. Carl Robinson, 21, from St. Augustine. Sherrod Graham, 31, from Jacksonville. Troy Critter, 57, from Jacksonville. And I'm not going to say this right. Mark Sitinis.
He's probably happy you're not saying it right.
65 years old, Palm Coast. Oh, man. 65 years of correcting people for mispronouncing his last name. It gets to one.
Yeah.
In addition to solicitation charges, one suspect was charged with illegal gun possession, and others are now facing multiple drug charges. I feel like we should play bingo and we should guess which got the extra, which person got the extra charges.
It's always going to be the Troy. Thank goodness my name is actually Samuel. So when Troy's get arrested, it's like, it's not me. I'm Samuel.
Not me. That's a nickname.
Yeah.
The Sheriff's Office says operations like this are part of their ongoing effort to combat human trafficking and illegal sex work in the region. All right. Make it clear again. World Golf Village Renaissance.
Mm-hmm. It just shows how busy. I mean, we have 2 stories with our sheriff department and how busy they are constantly keeping us safe in a lot of different ways and doing what we elected our sheriff to be a great sheriff, and we have the best sheriff in the country. So,
well, both of these stories show a proactive step in making sure that they are properly trained, they are properly prepared, and that they are going above and beyond to make sure that they are catching lawbreakers. So, thanks, Sheriff. Moving into cardiac care. Cardiac care collaboration forms between UF Health and regional heart specialists. UF Health is expanding its reach into heart care across Northeast Florida through a new collaboration with First Coast Heart and Vascular. The two health systems are aligning their services under the UF Health umbrella, bringing enhanced cardiac and vascular care to patients in St. Johns, Flagler, Clay, and Duval counties. First Coast Heart and Vascular has long provided specialized services in general and interventional cardiology, electrophysiology, cardiac imaging, and vascular surgery, many of them already offered at UF Health Flagler Hospital. UF Health says the partnership will allow for improved access, better resources, and streamlined operations, with UF Health taking a more active role in managing the business side of the practice. Patrick Green, regional president for UF Health, says the alignment will build on the already strong foundation at UF Health Flagler, enhancing the level of care across the First Coast. Carrie Watson, interim CEO for UF Health St. John's, called it a fantastic opportunity that merges the expertise of two respected healthcare organizations. Dr. Neil Sengovi, Vincent Caracoli, and Dinesh Pubi, managing partners at the First Coast Heart and Vascular, said the move opens a new chapter for cardiovascular care in the region. They say combining UF Health's academic strength and broad reach with First Coast's deep specialty expertise will expand access, bringing in cutting-edge technology and boost innovation and research, all in support for better heart health outcomes for patients across Northeast Florida. It sounds promising.
No, it definitely does. So I love anything that can improve. I mean, that's an improvement to our quality of life and keeps us.
Yeah.
And I need good health care as I get older. So I played in a softball game with Aiden on Sunday, and my legs still haven't come back yet. I'm still hurting.
Yeah.
So
we had a rough day at our house yesterday. By 2:00, I got a massive migraine, worst I've ever gotten.
Oh, that's horrible.
And I was just shut down for the rest of the day. And then Louis held down the fort, got the kids dinner fed, like everything.
That's what you got to do.
And then he got hit with food poisoning.
Oh no!
At midnight. So it was a real rough night in our house.
Like, was your headache gone by that time or no?
Not quite. Like I was in bed by 2. I was hard out by 6. I woke up probably about 2 in the morning and was like, that doesn't sound good. And then immediately fell back to sleep. Sorry, honey. And we're also house sitting my parents' dogs. So we've got 3 dogs.
Oh my gosh,
so
that's horrible. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it was terrible. It was a rough night.
Yeah, I get the really intense sinus headaches, and it knocks me down. But I usually I can take the medicine if I get about 3 hours, 4 hours sleep in. Then I'm okay when I get up.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen a whole lot, but man, when it does, that's something that really just kicks my ass.
Yeah.
And food poisoning, if you've ever had food poisoning, you just want to die.
Yeah. It's bad.
You're just like, is it ever going to stop?
He's got a tweaked shoulder too. So trying to get in position that was required and then trying to get back out of it with his messed up shoulder. It was a bad situation.
Okay. And since I've grown the beard out, I've only been sick one time.
I didn't even think about that. He's got a beard too now.
I've only been sick one time since I've really had a beard, and it is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can't, even in the shower, like you're taking the comb, and you're like, ugh. Was that breakfast?
You got to use that Dawn soap that they use on the ducks during oil spills.
Yeah. It's just not pretty. And I feel sorry, Lou. Man, I hope you feel better. And I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, he's feeling better. He is feeling better, but he didn't get any sleep last night. So he didn't even call out from work. He texted him and he's like, "Can I come in late?" I've got a really good man. I'll just tell you that.
Yeah. And Rebecca reminded me my last bad one was on Mother's Day. So I like the day I'm supposed to be taking care of her, I'm laid out and I don't really want a whole lot of sympathy. You can roll me away and I can die.
Yeah, you're the one that wants to be left alone.
Yeah, but there's never any sign. We live loud. Our house, we live loud. It's
same.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got Great Danes and
Danes. I now have a
Kids.
boxer in my house, 2 cats, a bird, and 3 kids.
An Italian husband.
Not Italian.
He's not Italian?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No, he's half Nicaraguan, half Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay.
Not
Puerto Rican.
not a quiet
He's
person
got-
in and of himself.
neither one of those are quiet either.
And I'm just loud because
Yeah.
that's just who I am.
Yeah.
So loud household.
Yeah.
That is the way it is.
Yeah.
I kind of skipped the trend to save it to the end.
Okay.
Because it kind of goes with it's my own personal Stoidum stat, but it's trending right now because today, June 2nd, 2025, is the halfway point in the year. So July 2nd. June 2nd is the halfway point of the year. And so we're now a month past it,
Uh-huh.
which means every single day we're closer to 2050 than we are to 2000. And that is just sad. And I don't like that.
Mm.
Your thoughts?
I mean, I hope I make it to 2050. You know, I'm impressed. I'm where I'm at now. No, I time moves so much quicker as you get older.
It does. It's so annoying.
You know, like when you're a kid, it's like, oh, this is in school yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
A month to the end of the school, that's a forever.
oh, I'm not gonna make it. You know,
Yeah.
and now you're like, it's July.
Yeah.
What happened to
It
June?
was just Valentine's Day.
What
Yeah.
happened? You know, I mean, and I'm, you know, I'm several decades older than you.
Not
But
several.
well, a couple.
Maybe 1.5.
Yeah, a couple. You were born in the 80s, right?
81.
Yeah. Okay, I'm 2 decades older than you.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay. I was giving it to you.
Yeah. I'm a damn near boomer.
Damn near.
I'm an old Xer, so, and I live the X
Old
life for
millennial.
sure. Like everything they say about Generation X, that's pretty much me.
Clay calls me the elder millennial.
Elder millennial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes me feel young.
Yeah. Don't they have like are you a zillennial? Like,
I'm more Gen X than I'm millennial. There's a lot of millennial references I don't get because that was like too young and babyish for me to pay attention to. And I was also the youngest sibling, and all of my like god siblings lived on the corner of me, and they were all in high school when I was really little. And so I get more Gen X references than millennial references.
Yeah, I got you. But I mean, as you get older, and our older people out there can talk about this. And Bobby says you're speaking to the choir here. Like as you get older, time goes so much faster.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what that is. I don't know if it's like, all right, we know we only have, you know, I'm on the other side. I don't think I'm making it to 116. All right. Which would be, if this was my midlife crisis right now, I would have to make it to 116 for this to be my midlife crisis.
Yeah.
So time really does speed up as you get older. So hey, you young guys back there, that's what you got to look forward to.
Yeah, that and taking a nap and waking up more injured than you were when you laid down for a nap. Good time.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a reason why we have an air mattress in here. It's because so you can always take a nap back here.
Yeah.
I just
before our
noticed that
shows.
yesterday.
Yeah. No, I took a nap last week.
You never noticed the air mattress?
Yeah.
No, I don't go back there.
Yeah. She doesn't go in Studio B.
Probably a wise idea not to go
That's
back
probably
there.
that's probably best for
That's
everyone
like
involved.
boy domain. I don't go
Yeah.
in there.
So
This is where I go. I don't go past the booth.
don't go exploring.
I don't go past the booth.
So that's where the bar's at. That's
Yeah.
so that's where the air mattress
It's
is.
a bad day if I'm going to check out the bar in
Yeah.
Studio B.
One thing when I took my nap last week is I was like, I really need a pillow.
Aren't there pillows on the chairs? No, there aren't, are there?
yeah.
No.
So
We'll have to.
no. So we're
Good-
closer.
goodwill,
What you're
yeah.
saying today?
We're closer.
We're closer to
to 2050
2050 than we are to 2000.
I graduated high school in the year 2000.
Mhm.
So I was the like Y2K generation.
Yeah.
So that's what I was always referred to as, was the Y2K generation. So I very
The whole world was supposed to
confidently
end.
made fun of millennials for a very long time until I actually looked up when millennial started and was like, son of a monkey, I'm a millennial. Dang it.
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. So I celebrate my 40th high school reunion this year. So in October, then so it's 85 was mine. So
When
but
was
we-
my 20th?
huh? It was 5 years ago.
Yeah. It got canceled. We did not have
Yeah.
a 20th anniversary
Yeah.
uh, reunion. No.
Yeah. So we do reunions right in DeLand. I mean, it's like a
I hope
full on like shut down the town. There's a parade that goes through. There's thousands of people
Mhm.
at the homecoming, because we do the
Right on.
celebration at the high school homecoming, and it's a really big deal. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's floats, and and
I feel like reunions should happen.
each class has their own float.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
So every 5 years there's a reunion, and you have a float for it. So
You do it right. In DeLand.
So-
My town does not do it right.
yeah, no, and that's, I think that's part of, like, if you're from DeLand, you kind of get it. And if any of my DeLand people are watching, they understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like I still have two of my major texting groups are friends from high school.
Nice.
So that I've been friends with for over 50 years.
I've met a couple of them. They
Yeah.
were nice.
Oh yeah, you met Chip.
Yeah.
So that everyone thought was my brother.
Yeah. He asked if I was single, which is always a compliment.
No, Chip.
Troy, how do you want to check the
He's
comments?
walking with a cane asking.
That's all right. He's still trying to get the work done. It's all right.
Yeah, he lives at the goat farm.
Better than downloading those apps that'll get you busted by the sheriff.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. He and that guy. He's a great guy.
Yep.
All right. On this whimsical Wednesday, I will whisk through the wickedly wild comments offered by our waking watchers. Wow.
That whimsical whisking is brought to you by BNS Signs. Want your business to get noticed and stay that way? Turn to BNS Signs, proudly family-owned and serving St. Augustine for over 50 years. From bold vinyl lettering to towering pylon signs, they specialize in high-quality custom signage built to last. Their expert team handles everything: design, installation, crane service, repairs, and maintenance with fast, responsive service that keeps your sign looking sharp. Make a lasting impression with BNS Signs. Visit bnssigns.com, because when it comes to signs, they do it all. St. Augustine Handy House also sponsors that whiskful, whimsical, whatever. Need a custom or prefab portable building that's built to last? Come to St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprises and serving the community since 1988. With over 70 structures in stock, from sheds to barns to carports and offices, you'll find the perfect fit for your needs. Every building includes free delivery, leveling, and anchoring, plus easy financing options. And this July, when you purchase a Handy House, $100 will be donated to Unity Outreach of St. Augustine, helping provide mammograms and support for breast cancer patients right here in our community. Visit them on State Road 16. They are open Monday through Saturday, or call 904-823-9092. St. Augustine Handy House, where quality meets convenience and community matters. All right, comments report.
All right, we got a lot of great comments. Bobby actually does like tigers, just not Clemson Tigers.
Rude.
All right. Betty came in with a tarnation. We haven't had a good
Ooh.
tarnation in a while.
That's
so,
excellent.
it's a word that we feel, all of us elderly minions feel like tarnation should be used more.
Yeah.
So,
get
Betty,
it.
thank you for your tarnation, but there was no what the in front of it. Wawa was at 267. Costco's at 265.
right.
I actually only have 2 days to get to that 260.
Come on,
mark.
Costco.
Come on, Costco. I'm counting on you, man. Don't make me go to Georgia and take a picture. Bobby graduated high school in 1974. Nick graduated in 2019. All right. And it's Betty's mom's birthday next week, and she'll be 103.
Whoa, Betty.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to your mom.
Yeah.
Early.
And Betty says she's a spry 73.
Nice. I'm not a spry 40-something. What am I, 43?
Yeah.
43-year-old.
Yeah.
Not spry.
Yeah, I thought I was until the softball game, and it took a lot out
Until
of me.
you took the nap in the back studio.
It took a lot out of me. I realize, I can tell you this, my last time up, I was like, I'll just strike out. I won't have to run then. I didn't. But
No.
yeah. No,
Couldn't let yourself?
No. I had Rebecca run for me the first time, but then Andy Gunn, Dr. Gunn, who's actually older than me, he ran on his own and made me feel bad.
Man.
So he made me feel bad about
Yeah,
it. So,
I bet.
so then I had to run for myself. So
All right. Do we have a Stordom stat today?
Stordom stat. There's a lot of different Stordom stats today. Every once in a while, it's one of those days where a lot of stuff happens on particular days in history, and this was one of them. And I had to choose where I was going because there was a lot of stuff going with the Continental Congress on this day in history. The Amistad mutiny took place on this day in history. But the one I decided to go with because the one that impacted St. Augustine the most, in 1964, LBJ signs the Civil Rights Act alongside of Martin Luther King standing over his shoulder. He actually signed it. And when they do these acts, they sign with different pens. And he used 78 pens to sign this act. I mean, that and usually the number of pens shows how important the bill or the act is. Yeah. And so it was a very, very important bill. And the reason it was so important to St. Augustine is Martin Luther King just a couple weeks earlier got arrested here in St. Augustine. And there was the big riots, which happened only a week earlier in St. Augustine. Because St. Augustine's like, not until that's signed are we backing down. Yeah. And they continued, and there was some really bad stuff, I think, that happened on June 25th of 64 here in St. Augustine. So it's a very important bill. It's very special to us in St. Augustine. You see the Andrew Young crossing and all of those things all took place at this time in 64. Yeah.
That's an interesting Stardom stat.
Yeah.
I got to see.
And if you haven't seen Freedom on Our Mind, let me know. I'll send you the link.
I got to see MLK's fingerprints from his arrest on a field trip once. It was pretty interesting. Yeah. And he was, Trinity Church has been around a long time in downtown. Half of the governing body of our church invited MLK to preach at the church, and the other half tried to bar him. We lost a rector over it. They had a standoff. They chained the door to keep him out, the ones that didn't want him to be there. I believe he preached on the steps in front of the locked door.
Well, right there is where the Andrew Young crossing is.
It's right across from that corner. Yeah. So, a lot of history in St. Augustine.
Yep, without a doubt.
That Stoidum stat brought to you by St. Augie's Pizza in downtown St. Augustine, right on the corner of Riberia and MLK. Get yourself a slice today. Do we have plugs, Troy?
We have plugs. We have Bollocks tonight. We're going to do a little bit of the wager wire tonight, second half of the show.
Nice.
I've got one bet in a row, so I'm on a hot streak. Hottest better out there right now. Missed 4 before that, but I got 1 in a row.
You don't have to say that.
No, sorry.
It's like me with Risk. Yeah. I played my son and my husband at Risk once, and their rivalry was so intense that they didn't pay attention to me, and I was like the sleeper cell and took them all out. And so I don't ever have to play again. I'm undefeated.
No, don't go back.
I beat them both.
And kids that grew up with me, like the really good basketball players that grew up with me, like Brandon James and John Randolph and Kurt Lewis and Levi and all those guys, I would play them in one-on-one up until they were about 13 years old. Never did I lose a game in Catalina's gym because I knew who I could beat and who I couldn't beat. Yeah. So once I got to a certain age, I'm just like, nah, I don't feel like playing.
I destroyed all them guys.
Yeah, I just don't feel like playing. And they would ask and they would beg me, and I was like, we'll play together, and we'll play against these guys, and we beat them, because I knew they were good now.
Yeah.
So, but I'm undefeated one-on-one in Catalina's gym.
Gotta know when to fold them.
Yeah, I didn't play many grown-ups. I can tell you that. So.
Yeah, boys, do you have any plugs?
I know I don't. Maybe
what is going on back there?
Yeah, you guys awake back there?
Yes, yeah.
Any plugs, Blake?
Yeah, so plug. All right, here, let me go and scoot in a little bit because this is a little bit serious. Yeah. So basically, the plugs I have is basically, so if you may have noticed, like on Facebook, some of our live streams, like after 30 days get deleted. Don't worry about that. Our main shows are still up on YouTube and Rumble. For some reason, Facebook implemented a new setting where for some reason they delete the live streams after 30 days. So, but
those shows go away.
Yes, but our main shows our main recordings are still up on YouTube and Rumble. So if you want to go back and watch a funny episode that we had in the past, they'll be up on YouTube and Rumble.
Yep. Right. Decision by Facebook, not by us.
Yes, indeed. And can they find them on the app also, Blake?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So they're there on the app also.
Correct.
So.
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to YouTube, and Rumble. Bollocks tonight. Bye.
Bye-bye. Gotta hold it. See if they hold it.